Hello and welcome to another Retainer Designer review video. I'm recording this a day early because my usual Wednesday slot is very busy, so I'm doing this on Tuesday, pre-recording it just for my patrons to watch live as I record this, but you should be seeing this on Wednesday. But today we are going to be reviewing the Sienna TrioShine, this one right here, that. We're going to be reviewing that for your dental steamer needs. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, looks like we are back. Hopefully the links to this product is down below, so I'll show that off at the end. But let's get started. This is a TrioShine 3-in-1 personal jewelry jewelry cleaner. It's actually got ultrasonic steam cleaning, ultraviolet sanitizing light, so it's like 3-in-1, which is what I found very interesting. So the reason I got this, well, I had a very industrial professional steamer, but it died on me, and so I needed a backup. So I was looking for a low-cost steamer that could serve as my backup until I can get my industrial one finished. So this is why I bought this one, and I thought it was very interesting because it has an ultrasonic in it also, which could be my backup ultrasonic. So if my ultrasonic goes out, I can use this. If my steamer goes out, I can use this. So I don't want to go a day without a steamer. But let me show you real quick what steamer I got. It's this reliable 5,000 stainless steel 2.3 gallon. This is the one I got. I bought it used, so it had some miles on it already, but it's been a great little steamer. This thing will blast most anything off of your retainers when you're trying to clean them. But it went out on me. I haven't had a chance to crack it open and see what's going on inside of it. I'll try to report on it if I can, film it to see if it's something. If y'all have one of these, maybe y'all can help me fix it, or maybe I can help you fix yours. So I then searched for a jewelry cleaner. So this is currently unavailable right now. It's in my my store page, which you could probably find. There's some other ones that didn't have as good reviews, like this $99 one. I believe this was $150, if I'm not mistaken. So this is where I got it, and it's a jewelry cleaner that you can use that I'm using for Ortho Lab. So there's a lot of crossover between Ortho Lab and jewelry, or dental lab and jewelry. Usually you can find the same exact equipment for jewelry side, and it's cheaper just because it doesn't have the dental sticker label on it. But without further ado, let me unbox this, and through the magic of unboxing, ta-da, there it is. So I bought this January 5th. So I have had this for about a month, and I've used it every day for about a month. And so let me get some better light on this. So again, it looks dirty. I've tried to clean it up. I have some special sponges that I use, and I can, if anybody's interested in that, I can post those. But this is it. This is a pretty slick looking unit. It usually sits by my sink, but I have more room over here to show it off. So this is the unit. It's got a little cap. This is your ultrasonic. This is your steamer refill. This is where the steam comes out. This is your ultraviolet light, which I didn't really need, but actually if you need to light cured acrylic, you can use this to cure your light cured acrylic. So 3-in-1 is really great. And then all the controls are done up here. So it comes with a great deal of accessories. You have your measuring cup. You have a stainless steel basket. Again, these are all dirty because I've used them for about a month. So it's a good testament how hardy this thing is. You have a small parts steam basket, and you have a pair of tweezers and a funnel, and where is that thing? Here it is. A microfiber cloth, which I haven't opened yet, but it comes with it. So I thought these were great accessories. I've already used this once. I've put a Pontic in here and steamed it, and I didn't worry about using the Pontic. Didn't have to burn my hands. You can actually grab retainers with this or small parts and hold it under the steam. But other than that, I think this is really a great little setup. Again, I wouldn't say this would be your main steamer for your lab, especially if you're a big lab. But if you're small like me, one person, mom and pop lab, this might be all you need. I would say this would only probably handle about 10 to 20 retainers a day, depending on your workload. But again, I think it makes a great backup. So let me get this thing going here. I'm going to try to put this in the front so you can see it. Now, one great thing about the measuring cup, it does have this holds 350 milliliters of water, so it's a small tank, whereas the other one, this one, I think it's 2 to 3 gallon. Yeah, 2 to 3 gallon dental steam cleaner. So it holds a lot more, it'll last you all day. This one you have to refill a couple of times, which is bad. But the good thing is it heats up pretty quick. So I'll show that off here quickly. So here is your measuring cup, and it has a line on here for 250, which is just below the maximum capacity because you don't want to overfill it. And it comes with a funnel, and you can fill it up. I'll show that in a second. But another cool thing is it's also a catch for your steam and your moisture. And then here's another cool thing: the basket fits perfectly on top of that, bends down, and it can catch any small parts that you may be, holding with the steamer. So how cool is that? But let me show off these things here. Alright, I'm going to take this cover off. I was using Windex in here, and I think the ammonia stained my little cover here, but I'm not too worried about that. But it's a nice way of keeping all this clean in here. Now, I have cleaned this up. It's still showing a little dirt, but steaming wax off this thing is just going to freaking get dirty. But let's get this filled up. I'm going to unscrew this lid here. You can see it's a pretty heavy duty lid. I'm going to put my funnel in here, and I'll take my measuring cup. Now, one thing about steaming off wax and stuff, I've had to scrape this off in here. You want to make sure you got clean water in here. You don't have any. You'll have to rinse it out every time you want to fill it up. But the fill line, let me show this. There's my steamer. This might be a better camera to show the fill line. You can see there's 200 and there's 250. So I'm going to fill it up to 250 real quick. This does not have to use deionized or distilled water, but it says in instructions if you have hard water or something like that, you may want to look into getting filtered water. Alright, so here is my measuring cup. I'm just going to pour that in there. And it actually overfilled. I must have had some leftovers in there. So let me go and dump this out. Live stream, gotta love it. So I'm just gonna take it over to the sink and dump it. Oh, there's trapped air in there. That's why. Oh, there it goes. I filled it up too fast. I had a trapped air bubble. It's full now. So as you can see, it had some trapped air. I'm not going to pour the rest. I'll just pour it in the ultrasonic. Again, the ultrasonic has a max level here. I want to get this snug. Let me go ahead and fill up the ultrasonic, because I'll show that off too. And it usually takes a couple of these. I'm just going to use water right now, but you can use probably any ultrasonic cleaner. I think they warn about they want you only to put water in here, and no chemicals or anything like that. Because I always wondered, you know, what if you put some natural oils or something in there, like peppermint? You can make your whole lab smell good, but you probably don't want that spraying on your retainers. So then you take your measuring cup, plop it here, put your wire basket. Now, one of the bad things about this is, with the other one I use, it has a wand, and I can blow the steam away from me. This one kind of goes right into my face, so that's one of the downfalls. I always wondered if I'd remove this, maybe put like a baggie here to catch all the excess wax that gets dumped off. If it wouldn't throw the steam back in my face as much. So, with that being said, here is the plug. It's just a regular, it didn't even have ground on it. So, I do have an extension cord here, so we're going to plug this in. I didn't want to plug it into my live stream, the same circuit as my live stream, because I didn't want it to go bad on me, or throw the breaker. Alright, so I have it turned on. Let me zoom in this camera real quick so you can see the controls. Alright, you see it's blinking red. That's just its standby. It pretty much just is saying, hey, it's plugged in. And then here are the buttons. This is your ultrasonic, this is your UV light, this is your steam heat on button, and this is your activate steam button right here. I really need to get a better shot of this. Let's try this. Yeah, that's a lot better. So here's your ultrasonic. So turn that on. Oh, so hit this to turn on. It turns solid. It means all these are ready to be used. So there it goes, cleaning away. And then let's show the UV light. I'm gonna turn this light off. You can see this better. There it goes. We can probably get a peek of it. No, it turns off. But I'm sure you could hang retainers on here. I'm sure these are for rings and stuff, but it's big enough for a model, pretty much. Or, you know, any kind of retainer you could put in there. Now, what I've only used that for is I've dropped a retainer on the floor, and it has I steamed it off, and I threw it in here just to clean it off, disinfect it. Alright, so let's do the steamer. Again, it is, let me turn my light back on. I'm going to turn this on first, and they say it takes about 3.5 minutes to fill up. So you can kind of hear it turn on. You'll hear it boiling in a minute maybe, but in about 3.5 minutes it'll be ready to go. During that time, I'm going to go ahead and separate a retainer. We're going to do a little demo to show you the steam on it. One thing is, I did research it. The steam pressure is 55 psi, which is the exact same as this one. This is 55 psi. The only difference is this throws out a lot more steam at a time, so it seems more powerful, but it's as powerful, just has a lot more steam coming out of the tip over there. But this is still the same 55 psi, but it is a little bit less steam. Okay, so let me switch cameras real quick. Alright, so I have one in here from last night. Actually, I might have a couple in here. No, I just have one. So I use sticky wax. So if you're like me, most Ortho labs, we use sticky wax to hold down the wires. That's mainly what you're steaming off. I do try to get rid of most of it whenever I'm taking the retainer off the model. And I just use a little knife here. Oh, you can hear that thing. Let's see if I can get my mic close to it. You can hear it boiling. Getting ready. So I'm going to pop this off quick. Real quick, Cade. Real quick. Oh, I had acrylic going through. And I also used wax. You know, I waxed out some diastemas, some areas in the roof of the mouth. And sometimes they transfer. So, for instance, it transferred there. So I'm not going to pick at it. I will pick at a lot of this stuff. But you can see it always leaves just a little bit of... it'll leave a little bit that you just can't get through picking. And that's what I love about steams. It's also, if I had one that had a reverse curve spring or some sort of spring here that was covered in wax, this thing will just blast it out. You don't have to sit there and pick it out. It's definitely a time saver, and it makes it really clean. So we have that ready to go. I've got another couple that have already been trimmed that may have some wax remnants on it, and I don't see any wax remnants. But it also does a good job of just overall cleaning. It'll get rid of, you know, if you solder, it might get rid of, and you high shine that, it can get rid of that. One thing I am going to do is get a little pumice on the back side of one of these. Let's show off the ultrasonic real quick. So I've put pumice on here. So let's take a look and see how the ultrasonic does. So let's say there's pumice on here. It's good to rinse it off, but sometimes it just gets embedded in like the ruge and you want to clean it off. I like watching this and see how it just vibrates that stuff off. Okay, so I'm going to turn that back off. And the steam is ready. You can see that it has the steam button has come on. You notice we've kind of messed this up. I think there's a film on here I need to peel off from owning it since I've opened it. But it takes a double punch. You can see it's pretty powerful. Still, it's 55 psi. Don't touch this; it gets hot. In my demo, you can see it's already caught a lot of water, so it's actually keeping all that steam off of your cabinets and stuff, and catches a lot of your wax and things. Now, they didn't design this for dental lab, obviously, but it's for jewelry, so you're not gonna have wax and stuff on when you're cleaning your jewelry. But we're going to try it without it. So you see it goes everywhere. This does a good job of catching it, but it throws it right back in your face if you're not careful. So let's, like I said, we have wax on here. And let me see if I can get a good angle for this without throwing steam and wax on here. So I'm going to hold this. You know, you could hold it with the tweezers if you don't want to get your hands close to the steam. The steam will burn you, so just fair warning. Then I'm going to double hit this steam button. So hopefully you saw that. All that wax is gone now from the roof of the mouth. So there's some here. There's some right here. So let's take that off. Bad thing is you're kind of running blind a little bit once the steam turns on. So we are going to sorry about all the steam, but you can see the results. Looks good. There's a little bit of stone here. I'm gonna actually put it in the ultrasonic, see if we can get the stone out. Let me see if I can pick at it just a little bit. Oh, some of that wax is still there. Oh no, that's where the wax was. Alright, nice and clean. I'm throwing ultrasonic and turn it on. This is it. That's the steamer. We got them. We steam them. We can put them in here for the ultrasonic. Again, this may not be the best for a big lab, but I would say a backup for a big lab, possibly. In my opinion, you know, your steamers go down. Instead of buying another expensive steamer as a backup, maybe buy this as a backup while you get your big steamer fixed, because they will go down. There's a lot of, I don't want to say moving parts and stuff in a big steamer, or there's a lot of moving parts in this, but anyway, I thoroughly have enjoyed this steamer. It has been a great backup, and it has done its duty. But, you know, again, it's not as powerful as a big one, but it will get the job done in a pinch. And again, it's my backup steamer and it's my backup ultrasonic. So I do have ultrasonic, and actually this might be a little better because it's got a 5-minute timer on it. And my other one, you got to manually turn it on and off. This one you can turn it on, leave it going, it will run for 5 minutes. And so that's it. I do recommend this. Let me show you one more time. I did just remember something. Alright, so you see I have a little wax there. So let's get that off of there. There we go. Does a nice job cleaning models too. But if you drop them and break them, that's your fault. So I do recommend this. Again, I have a link in my webpage. Down below this video, there's a link to my Amazon store, which looks like this. This is my Retainer Designer Amazon page, and you'll find it in equipment and supplies. If you click on that, you see my last review, which was this thermoformer. Here is the big steamer that I've got, and then here is the backup steamer that I have. And let me turn this off in case it's getting... and right now it's showing unavailable. Maybe by the time this video goes live, I'll try to have a link that works. I'm sure somebody's selling it somewhere, or you could just keep an eye on this. But if you buy it from my store, using my store page, I get a little tiny percentage, but it helps fund these operations, and I can buy more things like this for my reviews and things that I like to use for my lab, that I like to share with everybody. So again, thank you for watching. I'm going to load up my outro real quick and get that ready to go. But I just want to show you again, this has been on my Patreon. I did a live review. It's only released to them right now. If you're watching this on a regular YouTube channel, the original live video is on my Patreon page, and just if you want to support me, it's about a cup of coffee a month if you want. And you can see I have, let's see, where are all my posts? Here we go. There are a lot of videos in here that are not on my public YouTube channel. A lot of these are for patrons only. So if you go to my page, this will be blurred out, and other live things. So right now what I do is I have special videos just for patrons there, and a lot of live recording. So I'll live record to the patron channel first, and I'll get some feedback from the patrons, and then I can edit it, put it on the YouTube, and sometimes the tips and tricks I get from my patrons make it into the video. So if you have any questions about this, leave them in the comments below. I'll try to answer them. Again, sorry for the non-live stream on this Wednesday, but I was busy, so I'm pre-recording this. And with that being said, I will see y'all later. Happy bending, and talk to y'all next time.